Hey everybody, Superfluous J here with another Factorio for beginners, and today we are doing trains, and we are going to start by noticing that we've got a problem with military science. Let's find out what I screwed up here. Oh, I'm out of bullets. That's the thing. I put bullets in this box, and then I never added looks like I really need one of these. I never added the filter here so that it wouldn't run. What I really should have done is put it here and then turned it off when this guy had bullets in him. But oh well, no big deal. We've got military science getting created now, and I think actually I'm going to jump start it here. Actually, let's take a whole bunch and run it down all of these, so everybody gets 200. And then put it all back because I don't need bullets at the moment. We got 200 in our inventory. That way, yeah, this physical projectile damage is stalled out, and it would never finish, which is a little annoying. I'm actually going to cancel this and start it again so it goes at the end, so we get these other researches a little bit faster, because there's a pretty good chance we're going to want to talk about them today. Okay, I'm going to run. I'm going to change the way that this line runs. I'm going to run it up like this, because reasons. That way there's a nice clear division between what do you call it? Trains and everything else in the mall. It's not a huge deal. It's not like important or anything that it gets done, but it'll be a nice visual change, and we got to run this line through here anyway, so you might as well make it look nice. So let's do that, and then let's get let's just throw blue science in this guy right here. It doesn't really matter where I put it. It just has to get done. Okay, let's also take some of our grenades here and clear off this area, because we want to get ready for the trains. And also notice we've got we have oil patches here that we're going to want to tap eventually, so we can't go out very much further than the trains that we're going to be making. Okay, so we got a bunch of things to make. First of all, we need train tracks. Then we need this and this, and we'll see what those are in a moment here. Train tracks, though, need not only do they need stone, but they need iron sticks, which is a huge pain. So we need to make iron sticks in a machine here. Conveniently or annoyingly, depending on what you want to do, how you want to say it, train stops also need iron sticks. So we're going to put train stops here. Then that's two of the things that we need. We also need rail signals and chain signals, and we also need locomotives and cargo wagons, and then we're going to need those liquid cargo wagons eventually. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things. And those 5 things are signals, chain signals, locomotives, and cargo wagons. And then we're going to need the other cargo wagons, and those other cargo wagons are actually going to need something. So these are the factories we need at the time we need them. And all we need to do now is get everything down here to create these things. These guys need stone and steel and the iron sticks. Now we've got steel up here, but we're not actually running stone yet, so we need to run another line down here with the stone on it. And I'm just going to put it on this line here, and this might be the last line we end up sending down here. And we need to actually bring the stone down, because it doesn't currently go down all the way, because if you recall, it goes on this line right here. If we run this up long enough, we will eventually, someday, whoops, get to that. Okay. let's see. So where does it come out? There it is. Okay, so we need to run these guys underground so we can split stone off here, and I think I'm going to prioritize it to the left, so more stone gets sent out than anything else. And I'm actually going to do this as well because I only want it on one side of the line. And I'm actually going to do that too, just because I like these things to match up. There's literally no other reason to do that than I like them matching up. So we're going to run this guy like this. He gets to run all the way down here without any breaks in the action until you get to here. And then we just need a line like this to go to him. We need these guys make really fast. Every half second they make 2. So we're gonna need fast inserters here, and we're going to need a fast inserter here, and we might even want to have 2 of these and then 1 out right here into this box, which isn't a box. We can make 2, so we might as well make them here. And there we go. Those guys will, as soon as we start getting everything going, we're going to have, whoops. And he needs to be a yellow one, but he needs to be a blue one, but this guy can be just a yellow one because he doesn't actually, we're not going to be making a lot of these guys. Oops, when the time comes. I also am going to want to limit this, but I'm going to want to limit it to, let's say, 4 stacks. Okay. Yeah, see, now he's starting to grab the stone, and this guy isn't running fast enough. That's funny. He's running so fast, this guy can't pull out fast enough. Interesting. Does this reach? It does. I think I want to do this. Actually, we want a blue one here. That way we're pulling out double the amount. It's a little bit better. And they make pretty fast, so that should be good enough for our purposes. Okay, this guy, he needs iron plates and steel. So he's going to need that and that. And he also needs electronic circuits, so we're going to have to do that to get electronic circuits into him. And then he's good. He needs then to spit out into this box, and we should never need more than 1 stack of him. Okay, these guys need electronic circuits and iron. That's pretty simple. Actually, let's do this. Electronic circuits and iron. These guys also need electronic circuits and iron, so they have the same requirements here. And these guys need steel, electronic circuits, and engines. And engines is what I'm going to put on the other side of this belt here. And it kind of sucks because I need to run engines all the way over here just to get what do you call it? Let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I want to do it like this. I need to use up this entire half belt just to make a few train engines, but it's just the way it works. Locomotives, you should probably call them. I'm also out of wood, which is amusing, so I'm going to actually chop a couple trees on purpose here so I can make a couple more boxes. We're about to be at the point where we're going to be using steel for boxes, and I should probably just make these boxes out of steel. It's just so easy to make wooden boxes. We can throw them away later. But all these guys need a box. And this guy's going to need a box as well. So we'll go boom, boom. Oop. There we go. And we really only need one stack of these. We really only need one stack of these. One stack of these. These I probably want 2 stacks, and these I'm going to want probably 4 stacks. Because we use a lot of signals when we make trains. You'll see that eventually. Okay, so got this line here. It's got to come at least to here, and I think that's as far as he needs to go. He also needs steel and gears. So there's the gears, and then the steel. We really don't need a fast. When I say gears, I mean circuits. Need circuits, steels, and engines. And yes, I did just call them steels. He needs iron, steel, and gears. So steel and gears is easy. And iron is easy. And how fast they generate is not an issue. Have I researched fluid wagons? I did. Okay, great. So while I was doing this, fluid wagons got researched. Fluid wagons need basically all the stuff regular wagons need, but they need pipes and storage tanks, which I didn't quite realize that they needed pipes as well as storage tanks. I thought they just needed storage tanks. That's annoying. I think I'm going to be lame and do this. And this guy's going to make pipes. And then we're going to end the line here, so it doesn't really matter how we do this. We're going to do this, 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 this. He's going to make storage tanks, and storage tanks needs iron plates and steel. Actually, this here. And we do need 2 power poles, which is annoying. And he needs iron and steel. And then he needs steel, gears, and those things. And there we go. We've already got that limited, and then we are good. Everybody's running. Everybody's making stuff. We have filled up on these, so we're obviously making these fast enough. Got tons of stuff in our inventory. Let's get rid of all the stuff we can. Don't need any copper anywhere, which is annoying. These guys always need copper. Oh no, it's not these guys, it's the red ones. Let's take a trip up to Red Scienceville here. Drop off copper. There we go. And we are now ready to make our first train tracks, which is kind of awesome. So we're going to head down here, and we are going to pick up a bunch of tracks. We're going to pick up a couple stations. We'll just pick up 5. We're going to pick up 50 signals, 50 chain signals. We only need 1 locomotive, but I'll pick up 2. And we need 2 of these, and none of these at the moment. So we are good to go. We are good to head out. Okay. Oh, and actually, we're ready to make rocket fuel as well. And I think I'm going to do that first because, like I said last episode, I want my trains to run on rocket fuel. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But we can just make rocket fuel right here. And I believe it is made in a chemical plant. Nope, it is made in a assembler. Come on, rocket fuel, there we go. 10 solid fuel and 10 light oil. So, what we're gonna need here is, whoops. I wanna move these over 1. Because I want this solid fuel, or this, light oil to go up like this into him. And then I'm going to want this to go up into these guys and then out this way. That's the way I want to make my rocket fuel. I think I'm going to take this off and then stuff this into one of these guys. And then we're going to put a power pole here. And then that's going to make our rocket fuel. And I don't know exactly how much rocket fuel I want. But this is good enough for the time being. And what I want to do is I want to, when this it's done here, I'm going to want to run it up to where our trains are going to go. So I'm actually going to run it like this. And then head up this way, because this is where trains are going to be. Conveniently, we're sneaking between two cliffs, so I don't have to get rid of those. But we do want to get rid of some of these trees, and I'm going to go back to grenading trees. Hopefully I don't grenade any of our factory. I'll have to take care of the rocks manually. Might as well do it now. But yeah, this is where I'm going to put my first train station. It's going to be right here because what we're going to do is when the time comes, we are going to be bringing in iron plates and steel plates. Probably iron plates to start, and then we won't actually switch over to steel plates until we completely eliminate this patch entirely. We still got 1.6k in that guy, so we still have plenty of time for him to deteriorate. And might as well take these away. I would love these guys to be done. He has 400, he has 1.2 thousand, so it's going to be a while before they actually run out. I should get rid of these rocks as well, because I'm going to run the train tracks right here. Oops. Never going to go if I block that off. Okay, so train tracks. There's a lot to know about trains. I'm only gonna cover the basics right now, and then as we go, I'm gonna cover more. Now you see that the first thing about trains is train tracks are 2 things wide. If I put these 2 belts here, you notice that they actually fit, and they fit here, and I can put. Now if I do this, and then this power pole, there's 2 on each side. Now, with other things that are too wide, and I can't actually think of one on the top of my head, I guess furnaces are. I don't really want to make a furnace, though. Tell you what, let me just grab one of these furnaces. Or you know what? I can do it with a gun turret. There we go. Gun turrets are the same size as factories, or as train tracks. But gun turrets, I can put them like 1 down from there. Train tracks I can't. If I lay a train track, I can't put a train track in the same place that I can put this gun turret. Because train tracks are actually on their own grid, and that grid is 2 by 2 from what the other grids are. So when you're laying tracks down, if you look here, I can't put a track here, like I can't get right up to this belt with the track because it goes like that. Not a big deal. I kind of want it here anyway because there's this power pole, but still, I couldn't do it if I wanted to. Secondly, when you're laying tracks, you have 2 ways to lay tracks. You can either place them down like this, one after the other, or you can click on this this arrow next to a track, and then when you do that, it lets you drag the track around and to a certain distance. That's the only way to make curved rails. So you want to get in the habit of actually making your rails like this, because what you can do is you can click and then walk and click and walk and click and walk and then turn. And I actually turned it slightly too early. There we go. This is where I want it. So I'm going to run this thing here, and I want a little bit of room here where these guys are. And actually, now that I think about it, I think I want a little bit more room. So I'm going to go back, let's say 3. And then I'm going to go click, click, click. Okay, now I'm going to place a station here, because this is where my train's going to come in here and stop here, and then it's going to get unloaded, and that stuff's going to go over here. So I've got a train station. Here's my train stations. Now, you can place the train stations on these green squares. When you hold a train station, it kind of shows you, like, you can place it here. You can't place them on curves. They have to be straight, and they also kind of conform to that same grid. They're a 2x2. They don't go one by one. Also, do you see those white the white squares on the tracks and the yellow arrows? That's where a train will stop when you place this thing. So I said I wanted the train to come this way and come down here. So I don't want the station on this side of the tracks. I want the station on this side of the tracks to make sure that the train goes. And I'm going to place the station right here, and I'll show you why in a second. Trains, obviously, just like in real life, here this one's backwards. When I place it, this is like the hook where you would hook a car to it, and this is the front. So I didn't want to actually place it that way. I want to place it so that the front of the train is facing this way. And also, if I do that, he'll snap to the station if I want him to, which is nice. Then the cargo wagons will snap to the train. Now you can actually have as many cargo wagons as you want, but I kind of like trains that have one train engine and 2 cargo wagons. It just works out really well. There's no good reason for it. It just happens to work out pretty well that way. Then I want to run, this is my rocket fuel, and I want an inserter putting rocket fuel into him, and then I need I need power to that. So if I replace this wooden power pole with an electrical one, then it will actually power that guy. Now he's stuffing rocket fuel into this train, so when the time comes, that train will go. Now I made this track a little bit too long, so I just deleted the last one. I can't delete this one because, well, actually I could delete it. That's funny. I didn't think I'd be able to delete that. But the train's not going to like it. And the station's definitely not going to like it. So I want to put that back. And then what I want to do is I want to run the track off this way. And then now I want to run it through this tree. Now it would be convenient if I didn't have to delete the tree yet. If I could put a ghost of the track down. And you can. If I hold down shift, that allows me to put a ghost instead of a regular track. So I can put this guy here, make sure he's as tight of a corner as he can be, and then I can run it up like this. Now I'm going to actually make a turnaround here, and you can hit R to rotate, and it looks kind of crazy, but you notice as I'm hitting R, I'm holding down shift for the ghost, and then I hit R and it's rotating it around, and you see this arrow constantly changes direction. It's down, then it's going southeast, then it's going east, then it's going northeast, north, etc. Now I want this guy to eventually be going this way, so I can put it like this, and then I can just drag it to the right until it looks good. See, I don't want it to do that. I don't want it to go crazy. I want it to come over this way and then just snap perfectly like that. So I can do this, and boom, there's my ghost. Now I can come down here, get rid of this tree, and then lay my rail down over it. Now I just follow the ghost that I previously made. It like helps me plan. Now you can't go too far away when you're laying actual tracks. But now this guy is ready to go. If I hop into him, I can push the forward key just like with a car, and he goes forward a little bit, and then I can hop out, and then this station here, this is eventually, I'm going to rename it. I'm going to name it drop off, or we'll just name it drop iron plates. Okay. Now I can say go to drop off iron plates, and I can click the arrow key. Now he's going to go around, he's going to go to the station, and he's going to stop. And now he's getting more fuel. And obviously I need more rocket fuel being made because it's not filling this up at all. Yeah, it takes a long time to make rocket fuel. So I think I'm gonna just do this, and I'm gonna run it all the way across. And I apparently deleted it, which is annoying. So let me delete these and then paste it there. Okay. So let's get let's actually get these down so I can place these really quick. And then these really quick. And then these really quick. And now I need, oh, actually, yeah, wait. These pipes don't actually go anywhere. So I'm gonna need to bring this guy up, actually, which means this is no good. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. We just have to suck it up and do that. And these will have to be on the bottom. You'll see what I'm doing in a second here. Need to run this down and then back up. And then down, up here. So we can connect these on the top. Oh. And we can do all these, and now these guys are actually generating rocket fuel. And then we just need the inserters to take out. And then, whoops, there we go. There's more rocket fuel being made than we'll probably ever need. Okay, back to the train. So now we're actually running pretty long. This might be a good place to stop. We've covered how trains work, how you do this. One of the reasons why I only have 2 of these things on here is the longer the train is, the longer it takes to speed up to full speed. So you want your trains to be kind of short. It's not super realistic like real life where trains are like have 500 cars or whatever, but it's just a Factorio thing. Feel free to put 3, 4, 5, 10 if you want to. I just like my trains to move at a decent speed. Also, the shorter the trains, when you start to get an extensive train network, your trains can block each other on intersections, and if you have short trains, they get through those intersections pretty quick, and then they don't slow down the other trains as much, which of course that means that they don't have to accelerate or really slow and things like that. So that's always a good thing to keep in mind as you're doing something like this. Oh, and we are out of research, which is nice to know. I am going to throw stack inserters onto our research, and then we are going to pick this up next time. Next time I'm going to be talking about all those things I researched, and then I'm going to come back to trains because there's a lot more. Obviously, there's more than just a single station to be done. I haven't covered signals. I haven't covered why I would want to run trains instead of belts, all that kind of stuff. So we'll be talking about that, though, next time. I hope you enjoy watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm Superfluous J, and I will, as always, talk at you later.